It's Mix 1079 and Andre Styles with us in studio. We got Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrums.
What up?
Welcome to snowy Ohio.
I know. Did all that snow outside, that's just from this morning.
That's just from this morning. You know, it's
crazy.
Mother Nature here. It's going back and forth. You don't know if it's spring. If it's not spring, 80 degrees one day, 30 the next.
Y'all are crazy here.
Typical.
You guys are like bipolar.
It's not California, you know. I mean,
although I tell you, we've had our own version of that where we've seen more rain in the last 3 months than we have in almost 7 years.
I know, that's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
I was actually out there for the Grammys, and I was looking at the weather, and I'm like, oh, we get out there, it's nice, it's going to be like low 70s, and then the next day, it's raining. I'm like, really? I come to L.A. and it's raining?
Yes. Yeah. Sad. Yeah. Not the palm trees and sunshine you were hoping for.
It was still warmer than it was back here when we were out there, so I'll take that. I'll take that. So Hand Clap has just exploded. I mean, the song, of course, has gone platinum, and it's everywhere. An infectious song that my kids are singing that you just can't get out of your head, which is great. I love the song. And even I know ESPN did a little take on it. Have you seen that? The women's basketball.
Yes, I did.
The Hand Clap Hoopla Challenge.
Watching like women's basketball, or I think it's even like the women's coaches from college. But that's like a small like sect of the world that, hey, it was hilarious to watch. No, I mean, it's been amazing. You know, we were fortunate enough to play the tailgate party for the Super Bowl, and then the whole reason I did it was because I'm a big NFL guy, so we got tickets to watch the game.
How was that?
Amazing. We're 10th row, 40-yard line.
Geez.
And then we're sitting there like for the first three quarters around a bunch of sad Patriots fans, which couldn't have made me happier because I hate the Patriots. And all of a sudden, you know, the Atlanta Falcons cheerleaders come out and they do a whole routine to hand clap, and we're sitting there like all jumping up and down, and we turn around looking at all these fans going like, this is us, and they're just looking at us like we hate everything right now. And then that fourth quarter happened. It was just bananas.
Yeah, and then the fans around you probably were jumping
the
up,
loudest
tossing beer
ever.
everywhere. Yeah. So who do you root for in the NFL then?
I am a Giants fan.
Oh, really? Okay, nice. I grew up a Giants fan because I lived in New York for a number of years. But then when we moved here to Ohio, I became a Browns fan, which is really, really sad nowadays with how the Browns are.
Yeah.
And my family's down in Dallas, so we've sort of moved
Adopted
our lodge to the Cowboys.
Which, man, what a season to watch those guys.
Yes.
Dax and Ezekiel, that was
yeah.
amazing. I was totally into watching every Dallas game this year.
Yeah, it was great. Those two young players, you know, picking up that team and just taking control of it. Amazing, and hopefully great years to come with them. So when you do stuff like that, I mean, so you performed at, you know, before the pregame sort of tailgate at the Super Bowl, and obviously you got the tickets to the show. With Hand Clap and all the songs that you guys have done, that Fitz and the Tantrums have done, I mean, they're on commercials, they're on TV shows for other different products. Do you guys get hookups like that all the time? If somebody says, hey, we would like to have your song featured in this commercial, and here's a new car because it's in a car commercial.
They are not that generous of people. They're corporations, so they're like, we will pay you to use your song, but we are not giving you. I mean, I forget what it was. Yeah, I mean, we did one car commercial or something. I was like, can I get a new car? They're like, nope. I'm like, all right, fine. Be stingy.
Yeah. Have you ever turned down any of those offers? Has anybody approached you and said, we would like to have this song featured in something? And you say, you know what, just not the right fit for us?
Yeah, I can't remember. But, you know, I mean, we try and see what it is, see what the creative of the ad is or whatever, and see if it's, you know, at least, you know, we just don't want to support things that we are morally and intellectually opposed to.
Yeah.
So we always sort of, you know, try and be quite vigilant about what it is. But, you know, it's a tough world. You know, everybody streams music and downloads it for free. So there's very few ways that musicians can make a living. And that commercial you just saw is the difference between me being able to pay for preschool and not.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're talking with Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrums, and let's get to that because I know, you know, recently married in the past couple of years and a kid also. How has that changed sort of life on the road for the band now that you're you know, a family man? Is it different now with you being married and a kid than, you know, before when the band started in 2008?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been everything for me. I mean, the road, look, it's fun, but, people think it's like crazy glamorous. There's a lot of trains, planes, and automobiles and highways, and a lot of times the nightclub is that you're playing at is like on some weird outskirt part of town in a parking lot. It's like it can be a quite disconnected world because you're changing cities every 15, 16 hours.
Right.
And literally you're never constant anywhere. So you become totally detached from friends, family, everything. I mean, there's always, a fun experience here or there, but ultimately for me, after a while, I started to come home and get really blue when I would come home because I didn't have any connection back to my home anymore. So now for me to have a kid, and I'm about to have another one any day now. So
well, congrats.
Thank you. It's like, it's everything. It just gives me that anchor, gives me something to work hard for, and when I come through the door, I got my little dude who's just like, has the best expression on his face, pure joy. So excited to see me, and he thinks I'm cool. So that's the best.
How do you unwind? And once you get home, or once you guys are done being on the road?
Well, I gotta also, when I get home, I gotta pick up the slack for daddy duties,
laundry,
and being, just giving my poor wife a break because when I'm gone, she's 24/7ing it. Right. So. But, that is how I unwind, is I get to be with them. I get to take him to park and run around and watch him. And he's just now perfecting the scooter, the little foot scooter
like the razor scooter
yeah, exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
And just to watch him do that is just awesome.
That's amazing. With Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrum, of course, their third album, self-titled, Fitz and the Tantrums, out now, and Hand Clap has been huge. Now, you you grew up out in the LA area, went to LA County High School for the Arts.
Yeah.
What was that like? I mean, when you hear that name, LA County High School for the Arts, you think there's a lot of celebrities that might go through there. Any experiences or any people that you knew, or you're like, oh, they're on the big screen now, or they're doing this?
Yeah, I mean, when I went to school, I was in school with Anthony Anderson, who's on Blackish. Yep. And who else? Jenna Elfman, is that her right? From Dharma and Greg?
Yeah.
So, and me. Yeah. So that's the three of us.
That's a pretty good class right there. Yeah. That's good.
I mean, it's cool. It's a great experience to be able to go to a school that focuses on the arts and really encourages that. And for us, it was kind of a madhouse too, because you basically got a bunch of crazy young hormonal artists all in one small high school together. So it was chaotic at times for sure.
Was it a lot of competition in high school? Like everybody sitting there, I'm going to be the next big thing. I don't care about you. I'm going to put this album out. I'm going to blow up before you and everything else.
I don't know if it was like direct, I'm going to do better than you kind of vibe, but definitely there was some badass singers when I was at the school. There's these young kids that literally were like 16. They sounded like Luther Vandross. They already had a beard, and they were just doing these crazy vocal runs. And here I was, like, little skinny white guy, like with the voice cracking. And I was like, I'm singing in the rain. And these guys are just crushing it, singing these like heavy R&B songs and stuff. And and the crazy thing is that it took me until adulthood to really find my own confidence with singing, and that I actually had a voice too. And it's funny now because I hit up all those, I get hit up by some of my high school mates on Facebook and stuff, and and they're like, wow, never knew that you had this in you, and this kind of performer and singer, congrats. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Social media nowadays, you can really connect with those old high school people and buddies and friends, and they just come out of the blue now, especially when you blow up. And you guys are going to be hitting the road this summer, going to be going on the road with One Republic for the Honda Civic Tour, which is pretty cool. Going to be back in Ohio in Cincinnati, July 11th. So more than likely all this snow will be gone and out of the way when you guys are back in town.
Yeah, it'll just be blisteringly hot.
Yes.
No, that's going to be a great tour. Those guys approached us, and we've been huge fans. I'm a huge fan of them. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a long run. We're going to be on the road for 2.5 months doing big sheds and arenas all over the U.S. and Canada. But it's going to be a great time. You know, those guys I know are total sweethearts, and we should have a really good, fun summer together.
Looking forward to it. Any collaborations you think?
I don't know. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if something develops. You know, we got to meet him first,
Right.
hang. But you know, we're going to be like a traveling
Warm up.
circus. Like
Yeah.
we all going to see each other every day for months. So.
Yeah. With Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrums, and let's do this. Let's throw out some never have I ever questions for you. So I'll give you.
Never have I ever.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll
do it.
Throw out these questions, and you tell me if you have or have not. Never have you ever had an experience with a ghost?
I never have, but my wife is like super. Every time I come home, like at night, I'm just look at the TV and she's like in the dark, and she's looking at footage, and it's just all of that infrared footage from all those reality ghost shows. I mean, she loves that stuff. So she would be disappointed in hearing me say, no, I've never seen a ghost.
And hopefully probably not ever have an experience with a ghost. But never have you ever gotten fired from a job?
I actually have never been fired from a job.
Okay.
I should have been.
Yeah.
My first job ever was at Baskin & Robbins 31 Flavors. And I used to just go into the freezer and inhale all the whipped cream. I was basically doing whippets. I don't want to teach the kids bad behavior, but yes.
How high could you scoop the cone? Did you ever do that?
Oh, no, but I should have.
Yeah.
I should have gotten fired for that one. For
sure. Never have you ever gone skinny dipping in a hotel pool?
Oh, yes, I did once. In college, we all went on a road trip. So, am I answering these? Am I supposed to say it in a certain sort of way?
No, whatever answer you
yes,
have.
I have.
First, no, you
There's
don't,
my answer.
It can be yes, it can be no. We just throw out the questions we like to know.
Never have I, yes, have I ever.
Let's see. Never have you ever crashed a wedding?
I've never crashed a wedding.
Okay, all right.
Except my own.
Yeah. Did you perform at your wedding?
No. People are like, you should. I was like, I do
like
that for a living.
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm not.
This is my time to celebrate and have a good time. And
plus, I was so happy to be getting married to my wife, and I'd written these vows, and I literally started reading them, and on the first word, I started to weep like a little child, and I could barely get through my 2 pages, and by the end, I looked, and like everybody at the wedding's weeping, I'm weeping, she's weeping, a lot of tears.
Well, that's, weddings are very sentimental. So, I mean, when I saw my wife come down the aisle, that's when I was fighting back the tears. The first time you see her in the wedding dress, I was like, oh, here they come, But we didn't write our own vows. We did the, traditional way and everything else. But I can only imagine. Never have you ever been in handcuffs?
Oh, I've definitely been in handcuffs more than once.
Now we could throw the question whether it's been for legal reasons or for pleasure.
Oh, well, okay, both. There's my answer.
All right, we won't dig into those anymore. Last one we'll do. Never have you ever dined and dashed?
Oh, once in high school I did.
I think
and
everybody when they're
I still to this
young.
day feel bad about stiffing that poor waitress, but
go back to the restaurant, and just say, does anybody know?
That might be why I'm
an
an extremely good tipper. I always tip well.
Very good, very good. Fitz from Fitz and the Tantrums, thank you so much for stopping by. Of course, like we said, they're going to be back in Ohio July 11th with One Republic for the Honda Civic Tour. The album, Fitz and the Tantrums, is out now. We look forward to more big things from you guys.
Thanks so much, and thanks, as always, to Mix 107.9 for being such incredible supporters of us. We love you guys. So we'll see you this summer.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Andre.
it.